How y'all doing out there? This is your man Nico B. This is the Blackeffect Enterprise. Blackeffect, you already know what it is. I want to do this video and this is gonna be a powerful video because I know this is something that everybody recognizes. People people are doing things at a younger age in today's society. It's like things are, when you look at the future, I fear for the future because it's like, I don't fear about the future, but I'm concerned. I have concerns, I would say. I'm concerned about the loss of innocence of the youth. Yeah, because you have them doing, you don't have parents raising them anymore. And what you have them doing is more than ever, parents are being peers to their children more than ever. It didn't used to be like that. My parents was like one of the last of the disciplinary parents. I've done videos asking, do black people discipline their children? You understand? Because when you really think about it, it's not just black people, man. Like I said, it's society, period. Society is pretty much brainwashing your children. It's society's doing that, and society's brainwashing people and constantly pushing them into giving up more and more of their rights to their own biological children. It used to be back in the day, you could, no one would interfere with you beating your child in the middle of a store. I mean, not like beating them with your fist, but I mean spanking them. You know what I'm saying? With whatever means, belt, whatever, however you got there, smacking with your hand. That was not frowned upon. No one batted an eye to that. But nowadays it seems like that's something that's something that's taboo to some. Most people don't even do that. They don't spank their kids. The majority of people spanked their children only in the generations before. Now, most people, I would go out on a limb and say most people now try some alternate form of discipline. That's why you hear kids being hellions and running amok. Why you have these kids being able to have sex changes and things like that at young ages, before they even hit puberty. They telling at 3 years old, you got somebody telling their mama that they gay or they sexual preference, and then you got people listening to that. You got parents listening to that and molding and shaping the child's life around that, shaping the child's life around them saying that they the opposite sex. And these kids are 4 or 5 years old. They don't know nothing about nothing. They don't know nothing. Know about what they like and all that. That's foolishness, man. But again, we live in that type of society where people are demonized. Pretty much parents are being demonized to listen to that and acquiesce to that. So all of these things, pardon me. Yeah, parents are they have to, like, they don't have to accept these things, because a lot of parents don't accept they don't accept that foolishness. They haven't went that far yet. And all of this, it all stems from the abandonment of God, the abandonment of the Most High, the abandonment from the Holy Spirit in Jesus Christ. We've abandoned that in America. This is a Christian country. You understand? And this country was a beacon of hope to the world. No longer is America a beacon of hope to the world. It's actually looked at as the whore of Babylon, and danger is encroaching upon, upon America itself, unfortunately. I just see that happening, and any Ray Charles can see that. But we got to stop taking the innocence from our children. Don't get me wrong. America has been underhanded on taking innocence from children with the wars and stuff and drafts. Like, how you gonna draft somebody? The person's mind ain't even developed yet. fully, but you're gonna draft them into the war to be killed and just be fodder, cannon fodder. You're gonna A person don't even know what they want to do with their life, but you're gonna allow them to do porn. You're gonna coax them into doing porn. You seen the what was that 54 with Mark Wahlberg, or I'll just look at any porn documentaries. Listen to the ex-porn star women who will tell you how they've been coaxed from a young age. So America has been stealing children's innocence, but there's a culture shift. Like the people weren't with that. The people fought against those wars. The people who didn't want their children. You know how many people was heartbroken behind that? They want their children going to the wars and going off getting killed and maimed like that. But and fathers and mothers and fathers fought against porn. Niggas, they daughters and sons doing porn. They wouldn't allow. They found out they 18-year-old son, 19-year-old son or daughter was doing porn. And they went over there and damn near killed somebody. They were parents. Like I go out on the limb to say people aren't parenting their children these days. They taking the easy route and letting social media, letting the government do it. And if you let them do it, they will. You just sit your child in front of TikTok all day, they'll be raised by that. They could just be raised by the computer. All you got to do is just come feed them. Let them out the house when people treating their kids like animals these days instead of raising them like real, actual human beings, to be God-fearing human beings, functional, exceptional citizens in society, man. They don't even want to raise them to be functional citizens, not exceptional. They don't even want to raise them to be functional. And it's like, I fear for the future of again, pardon me, I keep using that word. I'm concerned for the future because what will be. If the Lord's will be done. Everything has to come to pass before the end time. Before the Lord returns. So, but my concern is that the earth is gonna look weird. You're gonna have a lot of young people doing everything. Like they trying their best to lower the ages of consent. You got kids telling you they sex assignment, telling you who they attracted to at young ages. The next step is for them to be able to pick and choose what age they want to talk to people at. If they want to talk to where it's not criminal, that's the next step once you've opened this Pandora's box, unfortunately. And you don't have many people pushing back against it, even though in their heart of hearts, people say they care about children and they don't like that. They're not pushing back against this stuff. Again, when you having these doctors who giving these children hormones to stop their natural sex assignment and stop their puberty and stuff like that and alter their body, those doctors should be locked up under the jail. Those doctors should be treated the same way that prisoners treat pedophiles. But you don't have them being charged criminally. You don't have anybody saying a darn thing. Nobody says nothing. And I ain't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? That's because these people really don't care about children and their innocence. Again, man, my parents, they parents before them, oh man, you couldn't curse. You couldn't curse. Kids cursing nowadays. They just walking around cursing in front of their parents, rapping songs, curse. Little kids rapping, got toys. Little kids still playing with toys, rapping Kodak Black full song, talking about pussy little bitch, and saying stupid stuff like that. Like, hold on, man. Are you a parent or are you just you not like you reduce they maturing faster than you. Like you reduced to a child and it's like, come on, man. You got to do better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this is just lack of fathers all across the board. Lack of marriage. It's lack of families all across the board. People will get divorced like this these days. It used to be when I was growing up. I grew up with shows like The Wonder Years, Family Matters. Family Matters was the name of the show. It was a show with Robert Townsend. It was another show with all of these shows showing family units. Small Wonder, showing that family. Again, no pun intended, but showing that family matters. Divorces, when you saw kids going through divorce, the show showed you the inner workings of children and divorce. Children of divorce don't thrive. They don't do well in life. That's a harsh thing. That betrayal sticks with them. That breakup, that split of their family unit sticks with them. Now they don't have a family anymore. You know, it's a big thing. That's the first thing God gives you, your social circle that God gives you. You don't pick and choose your family, but you know, you love them, you know what I'm saying, unconditionally. It's like you don't get a chance to choose, you don't choose them, but you grow a bond, you develop a bond with them, and that's just God given. So that's needed. Divorce shouldn't be looked at as something you just do and it's like, oh, it ain't nothing. Oh, we ain't making, we had an argument. I ain't feeling this person no more. I'm just gonna get divorced. Are you stupid? Not once you have a child, you can't even, first of all, divorce is a sin to the Lord. You divorce, it is no divorce in God's eyes. Once you still, a lot of you people still married to your first husband and wife. She ain't dead, he ain't dead. You know, y'all try to move on. A lot of y'all still messing with them, sleeping with them at time to time when y'all feel it's convenient. Come on, man. Y'all know y'all wrong. And it's just like y'all think of people today in this generation not thinking about the future because Satan right now is setting his plan into motion. And what his plan is to get the youth, man. Satan is after your youth. God tells you that. You know, Satan is here and to kill, steal, and destroy, man. But the easy way for him to do it is to go after your children and to get you early. If Satan, see, the thing is your parents and the prayers of the Lord protected you when you was younger. You know, the society was more prayerful people, the society was more kept. They couldn't just unveil their plan outright. There was more righteous people on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Family matters. Again, this was promoted. You understand? Now those promotions are gone. Those fail-safes are gone. You don't have people raising their children up in the way they should go, raising them in the Bible, teaching them a thing. They giving them this, they raising them like Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, teaching them that they could just do what they want, you know what I'm saying? Live and go experiment and do everything. And look, they actually did just that. Willow is lesbian, is I don't know if they've, or bisexual as these women call it, but basically lesbian. You know, Jaden, then who knows? I think he identifies bisexual or whatever, or pants. I don't know. You know, they not function. They basically are not. They are not grounded in reality. You know, these children. And if you look at Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, they, you know, they can't make it work. Their marriage has been a sham. They've been doing nothing but lying to people and basically behind the scenes fighting each other. You know, these things are something you should consider when you going out here having sex and being irresponsible. And again, what is this gonna look like when the youth, like, say, the next 2 generations from now? I say, man, in the next generation, I think that they're gonna have, like, children are gonna be doing stuff. You're gonna have children doing stuff at 12 years old, like adult things at 12. Yeah, as early as like let me see. It's gonna be like as early as like about 13. I say about 13 to 14. Okay, let's not 12, 13 to 14. In the next generation or 2, it's gonna be 13, 14. Like, it's gonna be legal for like a 13, 14-year-old to go buy weed or something. 13, it's gonna be legal. Like, you already have, because you already have that. You got kids younger than that, like I said, rapping, cursing lyrics, twerking. Fathers got letting their daughters be out here dressing like grown women, twerking, sticking their tongues out, taking pictures, bending over. What do you think? Are you stupid? What do you think that these things perpetuate? Don't be or what do you think that these things suggest? Don't act like it's, you know, people who see that and other grown men and, you know, who have discernment. That's what God-given ability to discern and see the future, see do what these things. Just see the whole intricacies of these. And it'll take me it ain't gonna take me long to break that down, but I'll do a separate video on that. I'll do a separate video on that for the breakdown. But you have fathers just allowing stuff like that, allowing the mothers just to basically turn their little daughters into baby mamas and thoughts before they even have a choice. They already run revealing clothing and things like that. They not raising them up to be children. Again, when I was coming up, it was no way that would have happened. No freaking way. No way at all, man. Not only would the father have whooped the butt or bitch, man, Big Mama would have whooped everybody. She would have whooped the brakes off that little kid. She would have whooped the father. I mean, not the father, she would have whooped the mother. She would have whooped the mother. Big Mama would have really got in the mother chat and whooped her and ostracized her. Shamed her. She would have really shamed her for doing that. For sexualizing her daughter like some idiot and don't understand what's going on. Big Mama had wisdom and discernment, and she would have put her in the perspective. People nowadays, a lot of these women today call these mindsets of wisdom that Big Mama had old school. All right. That's why your daughter is pregnant at 14. And that's just the norm today. Baby mamas and being a single mother, that's normal today. Again, like I said, the divorces, but that's causing children to have to fend for themselves and grow up quick. Like maturity, what I've learned in life is that maturity happens at different ages, for different people. And life is what does it. Life, it's kind of like how it's like some people develop faster because if you work out a muscle, my muscles are going to be bigger than the person who's coming up under me. Or if I drink and eat a lot of protein and the right foods, I'm going to be bigger and have more muscle mass than the unhealthy kid who's eating chips all day and don't have access to the gym. So it's the same thing. Pardon me. Yeah, but that's how it is. It's like that causes, if you have to constantly make adult decisions, fend for yourself. Like I've learned, you learn that from young guys in the street, selling dope, learning from their uncles and stuff, being from wrong influences. They mature fast. Women, what I've learned also in my life is that females mature faster than males. That's just the case. If left to their own devices, boys would just be playing video games, running around, rumble tumble, running around in the mud, doing a bunch of foolishness. If left to their own devices, you understand? And then eventually they will start it'll naturally grow to them start dealing with women. But that'll start, that naturally would start about 18 and, or maybe, actually, let me take that back. That would start around puberty, but they definitely wouldn't be trying to seriously deal with women. They wouldn't, even though they're attracted to them, they wouldn't be trying to seriously deal with them. That's just not how that's just not how boys operate. You know what I'm saying? But it's women, it's girls who come in and start trying to influence boys. They'll try to do that. I know that happened with me. Before I was even thinking about it, I'm still playing with toys. You have girls making sexual advances to you. You know what I'm saying? Now that could be due to whatever, who knows, older people that they know, who knows, again, maybe life things, but I think, again, that just brings me to my point. Like, leave children alone. Like, let them be innocent. God said, you should, man, if you causing these little children to sin and things like that, God is not, that's like, God is your enemy. He's not happy with you. It said you'll be better off to put a millstone around your neck and jump in the sea, man. And I'm paraphrasing, but it's saying that's how much God is unhappy with you tampering with little kids or influencing them to do wrong, not being a parent and guiding them. Children need guidance, period. They don't have, that's why they don't have the ability to be able to do things. The higher minds know that children need guidance. They shouldn't just be left to their own devices to be doing to do God knows what, because they're gonna make bad decisions. That's going to cause chaos. But parents, like I said, you happy with just turning on this computer and letting the computer raise your child, man. Shame on some of y'all. Shame on y'all. But with this earth, a kid's gonna be doing stuff a lot earlier in the streets, and I'm gonna get off there in just a second. But in the streets, or in the inner cities and in the ghettos, you have children, more children today, and it's not just in the ghettos, it's everywhere. More children, or you see them pictures with them with guns, and more parents are training their children to operate guns, which is a smart thing. At least teach them gun safety. But your children should not have access to a gun or firearms before they're 21. Kids nowadays, you see kids, young little kids, big guns, big hammers. You're gonna have kids trying to be, you see that, and it happened in the rap game. Look at how Chief Keef came in. Chief Keef was young when he came in, talking like these adults. Back when I was growing up, you didn't have that. Joel Santana and Lil Wayne was like the exceptions. Now a lot of these kids, the little TJ, look at these the kid who did that song The Race. Look how young he is, running around with all these guns. These little toddlers, these boys don't even know how to read well, but they got guns and able to kill people. That go to show you, man, anybody, that don't make you tough. That don't make you a real man. That don't make you anything, because you could take a life. Actually, that makes you a wicked human being. That makes you weak. That makes you weak, because a lot of you can't even, it goes from, you have to be able to defend yourself physically before you even think about grabbing a gun. It's not how that works. Like, it's backwards these days. It used to be even the older gangsters would school the brothers. Like, if you can't do this and scrap like this, why you think gangs be jumping niggas in first and stuff like that? Because when you in prison, there is no guns, no shooting. If you're not willing at all to throw no hands or defend yourself, man, you gonna literally get raped. Like, you gonna be in there that's why you got a lot of dudes who a lot of young boys, man, they sweet as candy pie, man. They sweet out here. But they still got guns. Talking about, oh, I got the Draco. I got this. Like, oh, man, stop, man. Just, bro, son, where your father? But how young? It's going to be young people. Like, you see how old Nino Brown was in the movie? 2 generations from now, you just go swap it. It's going to be Nino Brown. You just can replace him. Replace him with a 15-year-old. Just think of a 15-year-old, and just replacing Nino Brown. Every scene in the movie, a New Jack City, that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Just in your mind, just swapping with a 15-year-old. You can see people. It's gonna probably be people do a TikTok or something like that. I may do it. I might do a TikTok on that. But just swap Nino Brown out with a 15-year-old face or a 12-year-old. That's not a 12-year-old, no, but a 15-year-old. If you really look at it in history, and you think that sound far-fetched, huh? You look at it in history, they used to have child kings, child emperors. Yes, calling shots. Children, look it up. Is that going to happen again? So with that being said, it's your man.